Hi everybody, welcome to week 4. After this week, you're going to be halfway through this course. Unbelievable how fast it goes. This week, you're going to be looking at 3 chapters, chapters 7, 8, and 9, and also completing the homework. And you also have steps 5 through 7 for your final project workbook. This week, or at the end of the week 3, you should have turned in steps 1 through 4. And, I have to say, I know that the workbook might have been a little labor intensive and some of the homework, but the workbook actually does a super job wrapping up the entire accounting cycle and giving you that overall, putting those pieces together on the basic accounting language. And if you really understand this workbook and all the transactions and all the pieces that fall into place, you'll walk away from this class, whether you take another accounting class or you own your own business and you're off on a different type of major. But this class is really, you'll walk away knowing that basic accounting language, which, is a terrific skill to have. And the workbook, if you really get immersed and understand it, everything else after this class, I'm not going to say comes easy, but it's just learning parts of the workbook in a little more detail. As a matter of fact, with chapters 7, 8, and 9, that's what you're going to be doing, and chapters going forward with the rest of this course. Chapter 7 is looking at defining internal controls and looking at the cash transactions on the balance sheet. So you're going to be learning a little bit more about cash receipts and cash payments. Chapter 8 is going to take you further into discussing accounts receivable and some of the transactions that are related to that. Chapter 9 is going to take you and dive you deeper into plant, equipment, or assets that have lives greater than 1 year, and looking at, how do you depreciate those assets and what are the various types, because of course there's different types of depreciation methods and different strategies that are GAAP related. So you'll have the homework this week, you'll have the rest of your workbook. I want to remind everybody that there are videos attached for steps 5 through 7 in the learning module. You click on that, take a look at that video so that you know how to take the next step in your workbook. Excuse me. And I also wanted to remind you that on your, the left side of the toolbar when you're in your classroom, there are YouTube channels that go into your chapters in detail if you want that visual lecture associated with the class. Again, to reiterate, I've talked to many of you on the phone, Skype, email. I want to make sure at this point in the class that you understand this basic language, that you understand debits and credits and the accounting equation and how to post certain transactions, because if you can't get past this, not much is going to make sense. So if you need to talk to me or we need to set up some specific time, reach out. I don't want to see you struggle. But I do have to commend many of you who are, really pushing through this class and doing really well. Again, as I've mentioned, accounting's a tough class when you're not having that face-to-face time all the time. And in 8 weeks is a lot of material to put in, but you guys are handling it good. But that doesn't mean that you can't reach out to me if there's certain points you don't understand. But I wish you all well with this week, continued success, and have a great week 4, and we'll talk to you later.